So hi guys, here we are with our next week, and I am going to start, let me just move the light over a bit more, the embroidery. And I'm thinking I'm going to use these three colors here for these, and this I'm going to use around my bunny, and then I'm going to couch it on with that one. So I think that's what I'll get started doing. I'll start and then I'll come back and show you how I'm doing it, sort of thing. But there's a lot to do, so I won't sit and stitch it all on camera. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I'm back. I've been running up and down the stairs because I've been stitching downstairs and watching a little bit of YouTube. I've started couching the bunny. I just wanted to show you here. So wherever I've come to the end of something, I have gone down into the fabric and then come up again for the next bit. And I'm doing my couching stitches quite big, because like not tight over the thread, the thicker thread, because I sort of wanted it to represent the fluff of the bunny, so to speak. So I'm just going to do, so what I've done here is I went down here, I did 2 stitches for the nose, and then I've come up here to continue on. So I'm just going to put another stitch in here for the couching, and then I need to come down here, and I've been sticking that in there so it doesn't get in my way, but my thread's shortening now, so I have less room to maneuver. And just hold your thread on your line, drawn line. I need to bring it over here, and then couch it. Put your stitch over to couch it on. So now I'll go up to there, and then I'll end it off. So I've got 2 needles on the go. I'm not sure about the eye, whether I will do it with an embroidery floss or whether I'll use this thick thread, because it might be too chunky, I feel. Can go down in here. Okay, so I'll end those both off, and then I'll come back up in the new part. Okay, so now I need to come down here. Let me see my drawing, because I can hardly see my lines now. Oh yeah, just come down. Actually, I need to come to here, and then it starts about there. Let me see if I can draw it on better. Because this is like, this pen disappears with heat. So of course, as you're holding it, it does start to disappear as well. So sometimes you need to and I've got the little foot there to do as well. And then I've got those little fluffy bits, and I think I'll do these with stitches with this thread, but I'm still deciding. So now I need to do this bit here. So I'll come up there, and I'll just put that down there, and then I need to couch it down to where it meets the other part. And I might do some bigger stitches here just to represent the fur. And I need to go down there where they meet there. And then I won't end that up, I'll just come back up there. Okay, now this thread, I think, oh no, I can do a little bit more with this, I think. So then we need to do this part. Okay, I need to change that thread. I'm probably going to make it around with this one thicker thread, which is great. I'm still deciding about my bunny tail. I'm not going to outline the bunny tail. I'm just deciding whether or not I might like to put some sort of flower on there, like a vintage embroidered flower, or turkey work. I might do turkey work. I'm leaning towards turkey work, but this is what I mean. I just wait to see I'm waiting until I see I've done more, and then I decide. Okay, where were we here? I can vaguely see my line here. I sort of need to go to there, like that. And where that gap is, that's where the tail goes. And then I've still got to do the foot, and I might have enough with this thread for the foot. It'll be fiddly because it's short, but why waste it? I think that'll do the foot. Okay, so I need to just do one more stitch down there and then this one off, and then we'll put the foot. Yep, so I'm just going to be recording bits and pieces of my process here. Might be helpful to someone, or it might not be. So that needs to come up there. And what I'm going to do is, I'm kind of going to guess, I'm just going to bring it, I'm going to push it through, but I won't pull it. Oh, it came undone. That's what we didn't want. Good thing I've got a nice big eyed needle. So I just want to bring it down in there, but not pull it too tight. Okay. Okay. Once I get a stitch in here, I can then pull it a bit tighter. That's it. So end that off. And just see if I can thread this through again. I won't be able to get through my loop. Oh yes I can. Go through, oh I didn't. Anyway, I just leave it long. You could put a little dab of glue there if you felt like it was going to come undone. So I've still got the eye and this bit. I'm thinking that bit there, I might do with this. I think it needs it because otherwise it's sort of going to blend in too much into the background. And here I'm just going to do random stitches, little stitches. I think this thread is too thick to do the eye, so I need to see if I've got a stranded thread that will be okay, like a similar colour. Oh, I've got a loopy bit there. I won't worry about it. Oh, will I? Maybe I can. Oh yeah, I got it. And just having these little stitches going in sort of very slightly different, parallel but not parallel, if you know what I mean, just very slight changes. Bit like there. And maybe just a little stitch like that. There we go. Oh yes, I like that. And we'll get the tail done. And I've got to put a little, just a little thing for the mouth. Oh, and do we need whiskers? We might need whiskers. I just need to put a little teeny tiny stitch here. Okay, the tail, yep, we won't be able to see the tail for a while until I decide what to do. Just end this off. I'm using the wrong scissors, put those over there, they're paper scissors. Okay, right, and now I think I might do a few whiskers with this one, but I also need to grab, put that away, I need to grab a DMC, or I don't think I've got any, because I've got the perlays here. That would be convenient, wouldn't it? I don't have a navy blue, or do I? I thought I'd run out of navy, but I have. I need to buy navy blue. Okay, so I'm going to grab one of these, see which one is the closest. None of them. I probably don't have the right blue. This one, that's it. Oh no, it's a bit different. I guess you wouldn't, maybe that one's better. It's a bit darker, but doesn't matter. It'll do. I'm going to do the eye with this. Oh, this is really old, this one. I think embroidery threads probably do have a shelf life, but I never throw them out. Like I can feel this one's a bit more scratchy. I'm going to use 3 strands. Well, that's my thought anyway. See, it's hard to, even though it's a short thread, short amount, it was hard to separate. Oh, I don't like this needle so much. It's very short. It's probably better for quilting. I should have a place for, oh, I should show you the quilters knot. Oh, I was meant to show someone something. I can't remember what it was. Oh, no, that's in another. That's paper crafting. I'm getting confused. Now, where's my drawing? See the lovely eye that Lulu drew. I don't quite have that eye happening here. Okay. So we're just going to do a couple of little back stitches here for above the eye. It is very slightly darker, but it's not a problem. And then I'm just going to do a few little, I hope I don't make it look scary, a few little sort of teeny tiny satin stitches. Oh, I think that's almost enough. Let's see. Oh, there we go. That did it. Just 2 stitches. That'll do. Should I do one more? I don't even want to say I could take it out because it's that small. I don't think I'd be able to take it out. Just going to put another stitch in there. You can sort of guide where it sits by just sort of, I want it to sit down there. That's better. Maybe I'm going to put another one. Oh, I took it out. Okay. I didn't like that little gap that I can see there. So I might make a mess of it. Oh yes, that's better. Okay, and now I'm going to take the other thread. Okay, I'm going to take the other thread and do a few whiskers there. Right, I'm hoping it will also stand out. I'll do my central one. I'm hoping it will stand out too well when I think I'm just going to do big long stitches. Make sure I pull them taut, because normally big long stitches like that are no-nos because they get all loopy, but they would get caught on things. Like if it was on a bag or something, you wouldn't do that. You'd have to do 2 stitches or something like that. But I like the look of it all being one. This is just going in the book. There we go. Yeah, and then we'll get the tail, and then there's the bunny done. So I'll pause the video. I'm going to start my flowers, and then I'll come back and show you. Maybe I'll get some of them done because I need to give them a test run because I haven't done it before. So I'll do that, and then I'll come back and show you one of those. All right, so there's the bunny, and I'm very happy with that. So I will see you again soon. Okay, so I'm back. I finished my bunny, and I've just been giving a go the 3 colours that I wanted to use for my flowers, and I'm really liking it. It's working out how I hoped. So what I'm doing, I'm going to do one, so these 2 same fabrics I'm doing in this colour, these 2 same fabrics I'll do in that colour, and those 2 same fabrics I'll do it in that colour. And I'm doing bullion stitch. So remember, so the top, I always say start at the top and then come down in the bottom and then back through the top. Okay, so the top for me is the outer of the flower and the bottom is the center of the flower. So I'm starting here, and now you see why I did the circles, and then I just come down in here and then shoot back up here. And I'm using my biggest Milner's needle that I've got. I think it's a number 9. It's the biggest that I have. Sue Spargo has a bigger eyed one, but I don't have those. So let's just, And I'm wrapping it about, what was I doing, 14 times, because this is a thicker, all of them I've actually ended up wrapping 14 times or 13 times, these ones, because they're thinner threads. So they're thinner threads, so they need still the same amount of wraps, even though the flowers are smaller, if that makes sense. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And I am counting because otherwise I lose count. I don't know where I'm at. I guess I could just guess, see where it arrives to on the needle. Now they always look a mess, and you just slide them along, tug, slide, like that. And they sort themselves out. I probably could have done these even a bit longer, these ones, but that'll do. So then come around here, and you're going, the stitches are closer together in the center, but they're wider apart in the exterior part. I like doing, I don't know why, I just really like doing bullion stitches. I think I was just so proud of myself when I figured it out. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So at least you'll be able to ascertain that I can count, at least up to 14. So look at the mess, but have faith. Just get that out of the way. Slide and tug, slide and tug, slide, tug, and it tidied itself up. It's not my stitches are not perfect, but I like the messy textural feel of them. They don't look that messy though. I think I'm not doing too badly. It's very relaxing. And this might be the last one I can do on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's very repetitive. So yep, I'm going to be doing these videos, preparing them over a few days, because obviously as I work on it, I'd like to sort of turn the camera on and just show you a bit of the process. Obviously it takes, you know, many hours, so I can't show all of the process. I might be able to get one more. I might regret that decision. Let's see. Oh, just. Okay, let's try. I don't want it to unthread. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Just made it. Just made it. Now you could have pliers like Ariane uses, but I can actually get through my fabric, so I don't think I need them. And she has special ones that don't ruin your needles. So I'll end that off. I've got another needle threaded because this is quite thick, this thread, and quite hard to thread onto the needle. So I've got 2. Right. And I am liking how it's looking. I'm very pleased because I was a bit nervous about it. It was looking a bit bland. I'm sure you're thinking last week, goodness gracious, what is she doing? That's just terrible. But anyway, I say have faith. And if I didn't like it, I would have taken it out and thought of something else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. And remember, don't pull your stitches, your wraps too tight, because you won't be able to pull your needle through. So slide, tug, slide, tug. I'm going to do 2 more stitches on this flower. I wonder who invented the stitches. I wonder who was the first person to ever invent the bullion stitch. I wonder if they know that. That's an interesting question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm going to do 15 on this one. So I feel like looks like the distance is a bit further. So you sort of hold your stitches while you're pulling your needle through, and then you let them go, and then you just do your little slide and tug, and it tightens. Yep, 15 was good, and I'll do 15 again. Whoops, I'm getting tangled in my fabric behind. Okay. So you get the idea. So that'll take me a while to get all of those flowers completed. This was the biggest one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Slide, tug, slide. Didn't have to do too many on that one. And there we go. And I'm really happy with that flower. And then the center, I'm thinking I'm going to do, I think I might do beads. I might do beads in the center. So there we go. Look at that. So I've got to do that one up there. And that one will need less wraps. So I'll get it started and then I'll pause the video and I'll come back when they're all done, when I'm on to the next step. I've got to think about my leaves. I'm not sure what I'm going to do on my leaves, but I'll be thinking about that when I, you know, sort of am near the end. So here I might try 8 wraps, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, when you slide them down like that, see that's my distance there. I think that I could even maybe do 9. See what 9 looks like. Come on. Yep, 9 is good. So there we go. So I will go ahead and finish those, and then I will see you again soon. Okay. Okay, so I am back. Hopefully it's all recording and the colour's okay. We've got a grey day here. So you've seen me do this here, and I did this off camera, and it's just a stem stitch, and then here I did a little what's it called, daisy stitch, and then I just put a stitch inside, and I just used a wool there. And then I'm about to show you how I'm doing these flowers, because I'm going to change colour. I think I'm going to do this colour. My hands are dry, so that's, these threads don't. I've been filming this over a few days, so I can't remember exactly what I did the last time. Those are all different lengths. What's happening here? I always get tangled with these threads because there's lots of ends. What's happening with here? Maybe this is where I'm supposed to go. I'll have to tidy that one up. There we go. Okay, so will I use... So here, this one I used this thread here. I don't remember where it came from. And I used 2 strands. And it was just a daisy stitch with the stitch inside. But I'm about to show you that, so... Right. And I may hop up and down getting threads and things because I'm not exactly sure. This is like a silk. Can't remember where I got it from. I bought it quite a while ago, and I'm using all the strands, so it's nice and thick. So I'm going to start in the center. I want it to come up higher than this one. So just do your little daisy stitch. It's a bit thick there, that's where my fabrics are overlapping. And then just come in the center here. And you could even change color. Just put another stitch. It's a really easy way, rather than messing with, what's it called? Satin stitch. You can do this. You could even have your stitch coming right over the whole daisy stitch if you wanted to. but I kind of like it sitting inside. So I'm just sort of fanning out a little bit. Might make that one a little bit longer. Put my stitch inside. So this is actually a new day after I did all these bits, so it's actually been quite a while. Because I did, if you even saw, I posted a sneak peek on Instagram. So you can see I'm a bit of a tortoise getting this done. I do lots of other stuff in between, so and you know, then sometimes after a busy day I don't even do anything at night, and I wanted to do more at night, but you know, I just sort of flop on the couch, bit of a flopper. Okay, and I will need to do 2 more because I don't like 4. So this is going to be a bit of a chunky one. Oh, and at the top that I didn't do on camera, here I just added 3 really chunky French knots, and I don't even need to fill that one in there. It's all, doesn't have a gap. I did 3 chunky French knots, and I had chosen a floss here, but I changed it to wool because I wanted to change up. I had the wool was the color that I was really imagining, and I also wanted to change up the texture a little bit. And then on those leaves, I've just done, which one is it? Feather stitch or fly stitch? I never remember. The one that's a Y. And I'm just still deciding what to do on the other leaves. And I don't actually need to do my stitch in the center of that one. So now I'm going to change color. I think I'm going to do a palish orangey sort of color for my knots. Now the doorbell might ring. That will be Steffi because he's going up to work this afternoon. So he's gone off to do some errands for me, which is very nice of him. I'll have to sort that mess out afterwards. Okay, so we've done blue. And I like the blue just to bring in a different color. And I'm going to put my threads here on this box here. And then I've got another box. I might use this yellow. This is a Perle cotton number 8. Okay, so I'm going to do a little tower of knots. Yes, this is going to be good, this colour. And I did mention in one of my videos that Sarah's video will be late this week because she's returning from interstate, so she's not going to get it up today, the video. So you just have to put up with me for the day. You can have Sarah tomorrow. And she will be doing something quite different to me, so it's well worth watching her video. And she gives different tips because we also have a slightly different approach to things as well. So you might find that a combination of things is what you like to do. So I've done 3 down there, and I'm just going to slowly work my way up. And I'm doing 3 wraps. I don't know if I said that. So I kind of want it to slowly evolve in a slightly triangular shape, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Oh, and the other thing I want to say here, remember I did these and they didn't have very long tails. I'm going to go, it's annoying me, so I'm going to go back and and add little tails on them. But I may add a few more in there. I just wanted to wait and to see how I go, how busy I get with everything else. And then I might go and add a few more. And I think I showed you also me couching the bits and pieces of the bunny as well, because I've done this video over a week really. I think maybe one more just sort of shooting up here. I love how this colour sort of mutes down a little bit when you stitch with it, because it's quite bright on the thing, but it mutes down quite a bit when you put it on your piece. Okay. I might have to, because they're on those, on the hanks here, I might have to just get a little, you know, floss card and wrap the leftover lengths on that. Now I haven't decided where I'm going to progress. Oh, here I'm going to decide whether to do beads or not. I might do that for next week's video. Let's have a think about these leaves here. There's 1, 2, 3. These, just having a think about. I might do them all with the fly stitch, but I might do a wonky fly stitch. So what will I use this color? Yes, I'll use this color on these 2 leaves and then a different color on that one. And I only need 1 strand. So with my choice of thread, it's not really so much, this is like some sort of perle cotton, but it's, I think it's, I don't know what type of material, like what, you know, what fiber it is, because my mum gave it to me. It's very nice to embroider with. So I'm going to do the wonky one, the other one. So you do one like that, and then you come down like this and catch it. So you go on either side. We haven't shown you that one. I get the names confused because it's a very similar stitch. I actually like this one more because it's more irregular than the other one. Okay, yes, I do like that more. See how it's irregular? I think it's feather stitch, this one. And the other one's fly stitch, but I always get them mixed. I'll never learn. I'll never learn. Oh, well, I was talking about my choice of thread. Well, in this case, it was really more a colour. I like that colour for these two, so that's why I just sort of picked it up. It was floating around. I do often use my regular 6-strander, but in I haven't used them so much here because it's more a colour thing, like I wanted the variegated. And then sometimes I choose a thread just because I want to change my texture. I want more texture. So then I might go and head over to a wool or something like that. So this is the cousin of the fly stitch, I think. They're very similar, just done in a very slightly different way. And that's perfect. That one's done. Okay, so that's that. And then I need a different colour for this one here. I'm going to do that stitch again. So let me just... Okay, Let's grab a dark green. I think I might like this one. And I think I'll just, I on average use 3 strands. So there's been quite a few questions in the Facebook group. How do you know how many strands to use? Well, when I first started, I always used 2 strands. Now I quite like 3 strands, but it's really just, there's no rule. Like, you can use 1 strand if you want to, but it will be very hard to see. But there's no rule. You can just, you just decide if you want thick or thin stitches. That's all. It's just more, it's kind of more of a texture sort of thing. Okay, so that's done. I might keep that colour out. I might use this a bit more. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm going to do some little things coming up here just to fill this little bit in. And I'm debating whether or not I might just do a little bit of flowers down here, but I'm not sure. I think I need to finish up there and then decide. So I think I'm just going to do a stem stitch. I'm just going to do it randomly, and then I'm just going to add some sort of random sort of flower on it. And just wondering if I want to put a few leaves. I might come back down. Oh, that I don't have much thread left. I'll have to get some new thread. I might just do 3 stitches next to each other actually. So I start in the center and do 2 shorter stitches on either side. Okay, I'm just going to end off this thread and get a bit more. I'll just do them at different levels to each other. It's very random. So there was a very cool comment that I really enjoyed on the Facebook group. I can't remember who said it. They said that there's over 900 people in the group, which I can't believe. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining in. Or some people are just observing, I think, which is okay as well, as long as everyone's being nice, which I think so. So if anyone ever sees anything, that's what I wanted to say. If anyone ever sees anything unkind in the Facebook group, if you let us know, because we might have missed it. Because I'm having trouble, you know, checking all the comments. So yep, that would be really great if you could let us know. I've got a bit of a tangle here. So someone had said there's over 900 people in this group, and there's 900 different bunnies, like over 900 different ways of doing bunnies, which I think is really cool. It was a really, like, it was a complimentary comment sort of thing, which I thought was really, really, really cool. It's so true. I don't know why I ended that off, because I was going to do another little one. I'm going to come down, you know, don't keep everything sort of at the same height. Do you know, like that starts there. I'm going to bring this one down. I probably could even come over onto my lace a little bit. You can see that, you know, the embroidery process is slow. It's not it's not quick. I'm going to get it done in a flash. So that's stem stitch again. And my mum tells me she likes to use, I did 2 stem stitches quite thick, so lots of strands next to each other going, first I went across in one direction, then I came back that way, right next to each other, and then I whipped over them. And Mum said she does that quite a lot for her stems and things. So I thought that's a nice tip for anyone who wants to sort of create a different look. Now let me see, I need to have something coming up here, I think. Just to create a bit more of a garden going on. I'll change my colour, green. We don't need to have all the same green. I'll just get rid of that one. We'll stick with the DMCs. I might use a bit of a lighter sort of green. Not one that's going to disappear. It's a bit dark, that one. I sort of bring my colour over, as you probably noticed, and just see how I feel about it when I see it there. I feel like that's too dark. I probably will sit here and faff about for I quite like that one. It's a bit pale though, I think. This 501, that was one I used a lot, but I don't want it to be that dark. This one's a bit bolder. Yes, this one. I feel better about this one. Okay, so I'll probably grab 3 strands again. I do 3 strands. I quite like stem stitch for stems, but you could also do back stitch. You could do any stitch really, split stitch. Maybe we'll do split stitch. So I think actually the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to choose a colour. I don't know what colour I want to use. Would I use this colour? Yes, maybe this colour. I'm going to do some, might just draw some vague circles where I want them to go. I want to have something coming up here a little bit. I'm going to have a little bud up there. And then I'm going to put my greenery in afterwards. But coming down like this. Okay. So I think I'll do this first. And I think I've got 3 strands here. I quite often have used 3 strands. That's my go-to. I'm going to leave a little center free because I'm going to do French knots. So I'm going to do my little bud up here. It's just going to be little satin stitch. So always creating that sort of overly sort of shape. So you have to do your longer stitch in the center and your shorter stitches on the sides. That'll be enough probably for that. And I'm just going to do random stitches shooting out here. Just come up next to it. I don't want them to be too tight. And I am going to leave a little gap in the center. I don't want them all to be exactly the same. So obviously this will take a little while to do, so I might have to pause the video. I'll finish one. So when you're on the outer part of your circle, you're going a bit wider with your stitches, and here you have to put your stitches a little bit in next to the other one, if you know what I mean, because the inner circle is smaller than the outer circle. Otherwise you won't fan around. See, I'm leaving a little gap there. Try not to be too regular around the outside of my flower. And because I'm going right in here, I can't really do my coming up next to it. I've left too much of a gap there. Well, no, I might leave that. Let's see what happens. I can always come back and put another stitch in. It's just so much fun making up all these things as you go. I love embroidering flowers. See, that one I didn't go in deep enough, but that doesn't matter. I'll just go back over it like this. Whoops, and I've unthreaded because my hands are dry. So I won't finish all of this in this video. I'm just giving you ideas for different things you can do. So that's what I'm going to do on this one. And I'm going to do split stitch for my stem. And I might not put leaves on it. I'll just see how it looks. And then I need to think of something for this down here. So I'll just finish this one off. I can come back to that and you'll see that in the next video. Because next week, is next week the last week? Or is there another week? 24th. No, it won't be the 24th. It'll be the 26th. And then we'll be moving on to the onto the second block after next week. So yeah, next week I'll be finishing this off. So I will, don't worry, I will record a bit more probably of finishing off these flowers. Or will I do them today? I don't know. I guess if you see more after this, I decided to complete them today. Then I'll complete it next week. So that's going to be, I'm going to do those flowers down here like that. And then just have my stem coming down here. So that's what that one's going to look like. I'll finish that one off camera. And I'm going to put 3 French knots or colonial knots, whichever, in the centers of those. And I'll probably use some sort of orangey color. Might even use that color again. Now down here, what do we want to do down here? What colors do I need? Maybe some sort of this color. No, maybe a bit more of an orangey color. So I don't want to make my video too long. And I know I've already recorded half an hour, and I'm sure I've been here for 20 minutes. So I just don't want to, keep you here forever. Let me see. I like this sort of burnt orange. I might do that just to have a little bit of a pop. I haven't decided here yet, and I haven't done down here. See, I've got a lot of work to do still. And I might put like a little fly or bee or butterfly maybe even somewhere. So let's see, what will I do down here? Just trying to get my thread. How many strands? I'll just use whatever strands this. I think there's 4. You'll notice I just leave my needles threaded because you just don't know if you might pop back to that colour again. So you have many. That's why this mat is great. You just stick them in and they just sit there ready for you to go. I might do on these just some, I might build up a bit the, oh no, wait. Just going to do some spriggy sort of things like this just to make it up. So you can see I really do just make it up as I go. Have it just fanning out like that. And then to add a bit more, I probably should have done a little bit more thickness there at the base, but I don't even remember what green I had now. I could have a little bit of green there in the rubbish. I'm just going to put a couple of stitches here as though there's a new one growing. Because my thread is short and I don't want to get another one, I am coming up next to where I went down, so I save on thread. So I don't have to stop and change, that's all. Okay. Okay, let's just have a look and see what else is happening. I won't decide what else is going to happen down here, if anything, until I finish that one. And I need to do something over here. I think I could have some sort of flower coming up. They're going to be flowers or something shooting up the side there, like that. With a little bit of colour. I was thinking just, you know, like a green or something, but I think I'm going to have a bit of colour there as well. I think it's going to be pretty. Yep, I've just got to work it out as I go. So I'll continue on. I haven't decided whether I'll come back today or I'll finish it next week. But I will record as I go. So I'll say bye, and if I come back, you'll get a surprise. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.